Brad, good morning to you. Heavy track conditions. How's the weather in Sydney today?
Yeah, good morning, Aidan. We've had a couple of nice days. It's just the damage was done earlier in the week. We were on a heavy 9. We're on a heavy 8 and upgrade overnight. So as we know with Randwick, it's just hard to get it nice and dry. But the sun is out. We probably will stay at a heavy 8 though. So for those punters doing their form, I certainly expect a nice wet track there.
Okay, what's the feature there today?
We don't really have a standout feature. There's a couple of interesting horses to certainly keep an eye on. I think a lot of punters will be looking at Roheron in race 5. He's come up at $1.40, so very skinny. But James Cummings is probably going to take this horse through the grades, and don't be surprised to see him make some kind of play at some bigger spring features. But as far as a standout feature goes, we probably don't have one.
Okay, yeah. What races have you picked out for finding us a winner in, Brad?
Race 7, I've got pegged as the best of the day. This is Haunted. Now, I guess of all the races here, this is probably the classiest one we can find on the card. And I think he's just found a perfect race. We know the Godolphin unit are very clever when it comes to placing their horses, and I think he's found the perfect race. Last start, we're going to have a look at this replay. If you're backed in, close your eyes, because it was a horror watch for those on Haunted. In the Ramornie there at Grafton, missed the start, which we don't see in the replay here. And Rachel King had no choice but to hunt up the inside, copped a couple of nasty checks down the straight, and went to the line still with a gear or two up his sleeve. I think he should have won the race. It was a bit of a blanket finish, but I think he would have got there. He's a horse that the market always seems to gravitate towards. He's 15 of his starts. He's started favourite in 11 of them, but that goes to show he's got a little bit of quality. He's won 6 starts. So you go back to the start of this campaign, and he beat dollar for dollar. That horse subsequently came out and ran third in a Doom and 10,000, then ran third to Dispatch over in Adelaide, and that horse won at Goodwood. So it suggests he's got a bit of quality about him. We know he handles the wet track. I'm just hoping that Karen McAvoy could be a little bit more positive on him, because it's a bit of a sticky map in terms of not a lot of speed in this race, but he is versatile enough to overcome it. So very confident about the chances of Haunted. That's race 7, number 2.
Okay, yeah. And have you got another one for us?
Yeah, there's a couple of bets we can have on the program. I think it's one of those tricky little winter meetings before we step into the spring. Next week we've got the Missile Stakes, of course, where a lead day lines up. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I think we keep a pretty straight bat. There's one at short odds earlier, race 2, True Detective, who should be winning. He's into the red now, but I think his right price is about $1.85, $1.90, because he should be too good for these. He's another horse that should be playing some kind of part over the spring. Chris Waller's got him penciled in for some much bigger races. He might even make his way to a Golden Rose or something like that eventually. Although he takes on the older horses here, it's 3 and 4 year olds, and he's only just turned 3. He should be too good off what he did there behind Spend first up. Lost no admirers. There's a big gap back to third. They ran time on the day. He was one of only 3 runners to break 35 seconds these last 600 metres all day, and did it from somewhere on the speed. So always a very nice sign. We know he handles the wet off that as well. He should park in behind a leader somewhere. Tommy Berry rode the horse on debut, although it loses Hugh Bowman from last up. Tommy knows the horse well, and I think he's just going to be a little bit too classy for these. As far as other bets, we can keep one up our sleeve for the lucky last, which is always handy. A horse that's been backed, I'm not surprised, the Party Girl, right down the bottom there on the minimum. Number 11 for David Pfeiffer. This horse is just so consistent, and she finds the right race at exactly the right time. A few chinks in the armours of her rivals. You've got Drakenfels up the top there, who had his conviction. Thy Kingdom Come might be a run or two short. Then you've got your likes of Denawi, your Slow Burns, who are a little bit out of sort. So this horse is really consistent, and off her run last start there behind Bangkok, I think she's the horse to beat. Handles the wet. Karen McAvoy again rides, so hopefully Karen's in for a big day. Should be able to park up just behind the speed there from 2, hopefully a little bit closer. So the Party Girl will bring us home there in the last race time, number 11.
Like your thoughts, Brad. Thanks for joining us today, and enjoy your day at Randwick.